Hello and welcome. It is 14 January 2024. We are getting ready to set up for the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. That's right. Right here on these platforms. And then later, at the top of the hour, we will also be on the radio side. So hope you guys and gals out there get ready, get your stuff together, get some food, drink, sit back, get comfy. The crew will be in shortly. All right, we're trying something new tonight as well. We are going to be streaming to D Live, the new platform. Just just for tonight, we're not going to be streaming on Telegram, but we will be streaming to DLive. And if it works out, we're going to take and move over from Telegram to DLive, just to let everybody know out there. I'm checking it out. It may take me a week or two to decide whether what I'm going to do with that or not. We'll find out here, and I'll keep you posted. And you'll see all the changes that will come up in the on the listings for places that we take and stream to. So keep an eye out, folks. It's going to be a great night. We have probably Willie coming in later on tonight. Censorship and the fellas, along with Yodavation Nation, will be in. Be talking about all sorts of stuff, current events to comedy and weird and wacky and the stuff that you don't normally hear about on normal radio or TV. And if you do, they won't give you the comprehensive background that we give you, or they give you. Brought to you by me. And here comes the crew. Should be hearing from them any second now. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, CS, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. I can barely hear you. What's going on?
Just trying to look for my headset right now.
Oh, okay. How do I sound? I moved my microphone to another place, and once I get my adapter, I'll be using the new microphone plus the old one.
Uh-huh. Hi, dog. You gotta fuck off.
Huh?
There's this dog out here that wants to play with Blue.
Oh, yeah.
Where the hell is my headset, man? So much garbage down here. This is not it.
We're trying something new tonight. I am...
Say what?
We're going to try something new tonight. I am not going to stream to Telegram. All right. I am going to stream to DLive.
Okay.
And see how that works out. Because it seems like Telegram, the program itself doesn't always mesh, and it like slows everything else down. And if I don't have that with DLive when I stream to there, well then we're going to be streaming to DLive from now on over Telegram.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Damn it. I don't know where my fucking earphones are. Oh, I know what I did. Here, let me pull this out.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Yep. Okay, I found them.
Do you normally wear them?
On the show, yeah.
Oh, okay then. If that's what you do, then keep doing it.
Yeah, I got it. I just forgot I bought a new. I don't know. It was under a big bag I had there. But you can hear me crunching around with it.
Oh yeah, crunch, crunch, crunch.
Okay.
Smackety smack, smack,
Where's
smack,
Barry?
crunch, crunch. Oh yeah. How was your week?
Fine. Oh, they don't need this. Yeah, it was good.
Awesome.
It kind of cold out here, but
it really dropped down here a lot. Oh, I can't believe how much it's dropped here.
How much what?
The weather has got cold here. It really dropped. Dropped down a lot here.
Yeah, I mean it was cold here, but like 50s and overcast. You know, nothing too bad. It was just it's cold, because then that's like the warmest it gets is like mid 50s.
Yeah.
The rest of the night it's 30s.
Hey, it's our local lurker, Gameplay 2222 in the Kick Chat. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Just getting warmed up, getting the stream set up. Well, the stream's set up. Everything's ready to go. We're just waiting for everybody else to get here. Where's Barry at?
Right here, man.
All right. Do I sound different now that I moved the mic? Barry?
No, you sound about the same.
Really?
Say something.
Huh? Say something? Okay. I'm talking right now.
Sounds like you got a better mic.
Well, actually, I just moved it, and it's a little closer to me right now. It's the same mic that I've been using, but I should be getting the adapter for the new mic coming soon. I had to. They don't have it, and they don't have it here. I had to ship it from China.
What kind of adapter?
Well, I had to get an adapter that went from XLR plug-in to USB to make the new mic work.
Yeah.
All right. And once I do, I'm going to move the new mic over to where this one is and the old mic back over to where it was. And, or I could keep it the same and it'd still be good to go because... if I ever had someone in here that I'd want to be on the radio with us or with me at the same time in the same room, they could have one mic and I'd have another. Shared off the same channel, but still it would...
One mic or another. I'm going to find you. I'm going to get you. One mic or another. See, everything's a song, man.
We'll get us a strike on Facebook or someplace for trying to do all sorts of weird shit like this. It seems like anytime we do stuff like that, they'll give us or mute our stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
We got some snow over here in Midwest America.
Really?
Yeah, it's nothing big. It did stick though.
We're calling for sleet Monday, tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it's gonna get bad, man.
You know where I'm at. We don't get too much snow, but we get ice.
I'm just, I'm hoping and praying we can make it through 2024 without too many calamities, man.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm not
I
holding
keep
my
thinking
breath.
about that 8-day blackout we had here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I don't want any kind of a blackout or, you know. And I know they're messing with the weather. That's my gut instinct. My gut instinct tells me that these people are playing with the weather. They brag about it. It's in the textbooks. I literally am selling a textbook on eBay. I open the book up, literally, just open it up randomly to take a picture of the inside pages. And I open up to weather modification and geoengineering. No
Really?
kidding. Absolutely. I posted it on social media just to prove it. I'm going to read it and go over it a little bit more so I can talk about it, because they talk about how, we can do all this stuff, but we're not doing it. Yeah,
right.
Sure. Since when have you had the power to do something to play God and not done it?
Tell me about it. Well, now that I got everybody here and going through the chat rooms and that, let me give some shout outs to folks.
Let's do it.
Through the shouts. And Game Boy 2222.
Shout.
Yeah, there you go, buddy.
Shout it. Tears for Fears, man. Everything's a song, I'm telling you. Don't doubt it. I mean, I think we could communicate decently if all we could do is sing songs to each other. Well, that just would basically mean you'd have to make everything a song if it wasn't a song already.
Yeah.
Like 2 all-beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Yeah. Special orders, don't forget us.
Burger King, right?
Yep.
The other one was McDonald's. So.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Whataburger has something going for them, which is to their demise, I believe. They need to have a good little slogan going.
I think they have a slogan, but I don't really know what it is.
Yeah,
I just go there. You know, their food sells.
It's better
because it's better than BK and McDonald's, hands down, any day. I'd rather go to In-Out before any of those other places, to tell you the truth, unless I'm going for onion rings. If I'm going for onion rings, got to go to BK. They have the best onion rings.
Okay.
For a chain store. For a chain store, all right?
Mm-hmm.
No.
And a large order of onion rings from BK is $1.50 in the app.
Yeah.
So I get them all the time.
And they're so good. I don't know.
They're like $5 normally.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. So that's like, I normally wouldn't get them because they're so, $5 fucking dollars for onion rings. No thanks, right? But
yeah.
$1.50, I'll take them all day.
Sure.
I don't know if you caught this earlier, but we're not streaming on Telegram tonight. We are giving D Live a shot, and it seems like everything's going well streaming to there right now. So if it keeps going, I will keep doing that then. And
what kind of response were we getting on Telegram there?
It depends. Like Wednesday night, I get more because Nancy and Victoria Vass on the Cafe Enigma show, they're both on it, so they'll blast it. So, but that's the only show that it really shows up anything with. So,
Okay.
But this I can stream just like normal channels instead of opening up a separate program to say, I want to stream to you. I already got enough programs up. This is just another window. Yeah.
I would think that we would do good on Telegram and with that audience.
Well, Telegram, everybody has to know where you're at, and they, it's kind of a pack mentality. So if you're there and you have a pack to come with you from wherever you've been, and it's a great backup. But, you know, I was never known on Telegram until Nancy and Victoria brought me in over there. I'm like, well, and it worked out for a little while, and then it kind of dropped off. I'm like, I can't keep up with everybody and everything. I mean, it's just
So,
it's
too many.
yeah.
Too much
There's
out
too many
there.
platforms, and apps to go through. You know, I'm like, you if you notice, I don't really post a lot unless it's for advertising.
True.
Or the AI stuff that I've been doing, you know, because that's something that, you know, I like to do. But, you know, if I'm going to, I just can't be advertising. I mean, it takes me more to advertise than to actually do shows.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I tell you what, I've been doing a lot of research about AI and then bookmarking a lot of these AI places where you can do different things. And I plan on using some of the technology in ways I haven't yet. I'm probably going to start using Firefly now a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Probably use it for some video production because you can expand your video set with generative fill, which is a really cool feature. And you can add certain things. You can add like elements to your image, like you want to put a crashed plane in there, you could do that. Some apocalyptic buildings, whatever, and just place it right there into your template.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a lot of cool stuff. I mean, it's they've really got, I guess, the face replacement thing down pretty good now, where almost I think anybody can do it without having to have your own computing power and software. You just go online and you can replace Alice Cooper's face with Jill Biden's face pretty easily now. So
oh my
I haven't
God,
checked it out yet, but
that's sick.
well, somebody did it on mine. It was pretty funny. She was talking about how it was Alice Cooper's face with Jill Biden's hair, talking about how Joe Biden has character and loves the country, does everything he does for the people, for freedom, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like what she really said, but then they just put Cooper's face on her. But anyway, it's funny because, I mean, we really literally live in the upside down now, folks. This is, you know, Stranger Things, dude. I talk to people all the time and they're brainwashed, man, beyond anything you can possibly imagine. Now, some of them are waking up partially, but they don't have any broad picture of what's really going on. None. You know, they hear this little conspiracy, they know this little conspiracy, but then you try to give them a broader picture and it just blows right over them.
Yeah.
Had that problem yesterday talking to somebody. She was so convinced that Trump was the racist and Obama was the greatest president ever. He really was working for the people. I'm like thinking, no, Obama still is the president and he was the worst president ever. Just anyway, man, it's we still got a lot of waking up to do, man. I'm serious when I say that. I know I got my finger on the pulse. You guys, you know that.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Mm-hmm. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Well, something like a phenomenon. So everything's a song tonight again.
Hey there, Yotivation.
How's it going, yo?
Hi, fellas. Hello, everybody
Welcome
out
to
there.
the show, yo.
Let's do it.
Well, I said the social cancer this week. Man,
Oh,
Okay.
yeah? Were you warped?
Brazil, man.
This is how
He's
we
just
do
good at what he
it.
does, man. It's
He's a beast.
I don't know where he comes up with so many clips. You know what I mean?
So many clips.
Just
And he
Everything.
keeps track of everybody in all chats on all, platforms.
Mhm.
He's pretty amazing.
He has a
I always-
he has a chat combiner that really helps. All right, he pays for a some platform that combines all his chats together.
Oh
So
wow,
that
it
helps.
seems like it's worth it because
Yeah.
he seems so sharp.
Well, I have one too, but I haven't been able to integrate it. Okay. And
Well,
I am
plus we
not.
have a
I haven't been tech
channels.
savvy enough to take and do it for the coding.
Well, if you get big enough, people will send you clips all day. They will just send you stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh
Yeah.
So the bigger you get, the
I
more
bet he gets
audience
some
you
of
get.
that too.
What's that? Oh yeah.
He must be getting some of that too, because he just has so much shit. And what? It's like an hour and 20 minutes of just 30-second
Yeah,
clips.
I
you
watched
know?
some stuff of people that, and they post about every 3 days, sometimes 4 days, and it's 4 and 5 hour shows of clips, and I watch all 4 hours because that's what I do with my spare time.
Yeah.
Let me know. I bumped you guys up. Let me know if you guys are getting any kind of feedback.
Sounds good.
Okay. Oh, and
Okay. Testing 1
Yotivation.
2. Testing 1 2.
Yotivation. We are not.
Testing 1 2.
Yeah.
Testing 1 and 2, everybody. Testing mic check 1 and 2. Here's the thing though. I think I'm like becoming sort of a weirdo because I'm like,
yeah.
no, yeah, seriously. Because I'm like, I watch way too much of this other stuff, too much talk radio, too much weird. And so I thought, I need to get back to watching some movies and stuff. So I start going to, Amazon free V Prime and Tubi TV. And I try to watch some movies. And I'm like so bored. I'm like, this is boring. This sucks, man. Because the real world is so much more exciting.
Oh,
I
we're
watched
not
a
on
movie called
Telegram
Red
tonight,
week.
Yotivation.
It's really good.
We
On
are
Tubi.
going to be, and we are streaming live right now to D Live.
Hello, D Live.
Yeah.
What's up, D to the L to the I to the V?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
So,
So no, Red, you're talking about with Bruce Willis, right?
yeah.
I've
Have you
tried to
seen Red
watch.
2?
Honestly, the stuff, it's weird. My taste right now, I'm more into like the Russian films. I've seen almost all those Russian films now on Tubi TV. The Guardians film. I saw action films about the aliens.
Like subtitled stuff?
It's either subtitled or it's English dub. I can't remember. But Attraction 1 and 2 is like an alien type of film. But it's actually good. It was entertaining to me. I just seen a lot of sci-fi and stuff, but most of it seems like a waste of time to me. It's just like the acting is so bad. It's like, whoa. I guess if you had the Prime and you paid for it, you'd get better movies, you know what I mean, than the free stuff.
Amazon's videos, though, they like dub them all over and make them like CGI or something. They make everything look so friggin' weird that like I can't even watch it.
What do you
I
mean
don't know
by,
if you know what I'm talking
weird?
about.
Like they make it look less natural and real?
They make it look like it's video enhanced or something.
Oh.
And it's super annoying. It's just like, I don't know. You go watch some movie you've seen 20 times, and it's just like it's the way everyone looks is just all wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're trying to get you ready for AI actors, so they can just make this stuff and not have to pay anyone but like a programmer. You know what I mean?
My husband's watching a show called Reacher or something like that. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that dude is not real. He is not real. It's like that chick on the plane. But he said he is real. I can't believe there's a person. He looked like he was computer generated because he's so big, like extra large.
Mm-hmm.
And he just seemed like a cartoon because he was so abnormally big. Do you know who that guy is?
I've heard a little bit about him.
Well, yeah. I don't know. It's so hard to tell what's real and
he was getting a bunch of complaints about something in the news just recently about his character or something. I can't remember what the complaint was. It'll come to me later, but I'm a little bit familiar about what you're talking about. But I mean, Hollywood sucks, man. Let's just be honest. That's why I like the foreign stuff. At least they have some real plots and storylines and character development, which is important in a film, man. I mean, only a zombie could sit through a 2-hour or 2.5-hour movie that's just explosions and car chases and, special effects. You got to have, I mean,
yeah, I know.
That's like cool for 2 minutes. That's cool for 2 minutes. Okay. But then you need something that pulls you in. That's why it's called cinema.
We are streaming to the radio side right now, but we will start the show right on time, so we are good to go.
Excellent.
Yeah, excelente.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
We have to find Michael because I just connected with me that he might have been a part of that Stephen Hawking midget orgy.
Oh, no.
With the chalkboard that was just a little too tall.
No.
I think we should find him and see if he knows anything about that.
I bet he does.
Who's Michael?
Oh, no. Michael the midget really isn't a midget.
Oh, Michael
he's
the midget.
An elf.
Oh, yeah.
He's an escaped Santa's elf. Don't you know that? We went over that like 2 years ago. He's not a true elf. I mean, a dwarf. He's an elf. He had surgery on his ears to make him look like a dwarf. And he gained a lot of weight. And he gained a lot of weight because, elves are skinny.
Yeah. It was the difference between elf school and gnome school.
Gnome school? Because nobody home, right?
Nobody home.
Censorship, I apologize for not being there Wednesday night. I hope you still had a great
well, everyone left us high and dry, and it was just burying me for 3 hours, and so, yeah, it was great. Thank you.
You guys are rock stars.
Yeah, and to take the cake,
I thought last
Willie
show was a good
listened
show,
to the whole thing from Facebook.
No, I was kidding. I was being sarcastic. Yeah, no, we did well. The last hour actually was really interesting to me. We got deep into all kinds of religious shit.
Good. I was unconscious. That was one of my worst nights of trying to recover. I was having a rough night.
Did you hit the bottle a little too early?
Did you get a flu or something, or what happened?
Yeah, it was something. I don't know. I'm not the type to go get tested, but
it's something. It's tequila. You know damn well it was tequila.
You need to go and get that weekly COVID test so that you can get COVID. You need to go do that, man.
Stop it.
You might have had it 4 or 5 times by now. You just don't know because you don't test.
Well, if I did, then I have so much natural immunity right now. I'm a superhero.
There you go. Yeah, you betcha, man. Oh, they're talking Disease X now, big time. Like, Disease X, cyber pandemics again. They're putting that in the news a lot as well. They're not promoting the cyber attack yet, but it's in the news here and there. And with the Disease X, they're really pumping it. Oh, it's going to be 20 times worse, they said, than the last shamdemic. I mean, I don't know if those are false threats or if those are, real threats or what, but they're definitely pumping the Disease X thing, and they're planning for it as well, big time at the WEF. They're planning for how they're going to handle it and how they're going to take away everybody's human rights, period. No free speech, no freedom, no nothing.
Well, no, let's not let that happen. Let's learn from
they're going to push too far, and it's going to be insane. I mean, because people don't believe what we're telling them.
30 seconds.
They do not believe that there is a shadow cabal that wants to control the whole world and have world domination. They doubt that. I tell people all the time, they just look at me like, yeah, sure, man, we'll see. Maybe there is, but they've got no power. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
And get ready for the countdown because here it comes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're live and on the radio side right now.
What? Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Censorship Sucks Round Table Radio Show, Sunday night edition, where we hang out, have fun, talk about everything going on in the world and maybe even check in with Willie. God knows where he is nowadays. The world's changing fast, and boy, does that guy move with the wind. So anyway, with us now, we've got Yotivation Nation.
Hello, everyone.
And we've got the Bullhorn himself, Bullhorn Barry.
Hey, I am among friends this evening, and nothing could be better.
All right, so we are deep into 2024 already. We're into the second week. Tomorrow's the 15th, so right in the middle of the month here. Well, anyway, right in the middle of the month, and they always say January, in the markets at least, would forecast the rest of the year. So we can look at what's going on in the first month and expect more of that through the rest of the year, basically. If things are bullish, it's going to remain bullish. If things are bearish, yada, yada. And right now, this world we're living in has been filled with chaos and craziness. I mean, I guess let's just start with Hunter Biden. Did you see him walk into that hearing the other day when they were going to hold him in contempt? He showed up. Yep. Walked in, sat down while Jerry Nadler spoke. As soon as Jerry Nadler gave the microphone and handed it to MTG, or Marjorie Greene Taylor, Hunter got up and walked out. Like, he couldn't sit there and listen to 1 minute of her speak or anyone on the Republican side speak whatsoever. But he showed up, and there were 3 seats waiting right there for him and another one behind them for his security. I don't know. It was so staged, so fake, so crazy. It's just an emblem of what's going on in American politics right now. It just shows you what the state of the United States government is right now. It's utter and total chaos. So I don't know, Yotivation, what's the point of him doing that? And he says he'll work with them now, but again, he's still going to demand an open hearing and yada yada. When do they just lock this guy up and say, we'll treat him like a January 6er, and you get a trial someday maybe. In the meantime, just go to jail and solitary confinement and hope you don't get Epstein.
Well, I have no idea what will happen with Hunter Biden. He certainly has a list a mile long, just like his father does. He's certainly, I think, the smaller of the 2 Bidens, or many Bidens. There's a lot of them. But I don't know what the purpose was. It was staged. You could tell that, just like you said, that the seats were right there, right in the front. And they were expecting them to be there. I don't know. I think it was just thumbing his nose at them to let them know that he has more power than. I don't know. I get so tired of trying to figure it out, because you always have to read between the lines, and you never know if you're right.
And you, deep down, is he just mad at Daddy? Is he just really pissed at his dad and kind of trying to hurt him? Sort of like, I don't know. You cut because of whatever. It's sort of like that kind of a mentality.
Yeah, I think we talked about this way back when he left his laptops, the computer repair store, with all of that evidence on it. If he hadn't done that, then we wouldn't have the laptops that the intelligence agencies have been trying to hide for all this time and lie about. So, I mean, who really knows what's going on right now? We need President Trump to get back in there so that we can have a better idea, because right now we're being run by the people who say what you want to hear and then mean something totally different. So it's hard to decipher.
So, Barry, you've heard that expression before, right? About how so goes January, so goes the year.
I'm not sure. I don't think I have heard that.
If we're setting the tone, though, through January, what we can expect through the rest of the year, what are you seeing out there?
I feel chaos and mayhem is coming, and I also am concerned that all of that is going to combine with natural disasters as well. So I think it's going to be a bad combination, and I think it's going to take a lot of prayer and a lot of unity, because we're going to probably wind up really needing each other as things get worse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I bring this up because I've got here in front of me a report that was done by the World Economic Forum, our very favorite people, 1,490 leaders on the topic of global risks for 2024. And it was stated as this: please select up to 5 risks that you believe are most likely to present a material crisis on a global scale in 2024. Number 1, 66% of the correspondents as one of their top 5, extreme weather. And we've been getting that. Look at Sweden. You know, Peter Sweden.
Yeah.
That guy reports from, I was reading an article from him about how the bus fleets, so they've got all these electric buses up there, and it's been like 50 below Celsius or Fahrenheit. At that point, it's all about the same, you know, negative 50. And the buses just are not working that well in those kind of temperatures. They need to be, you know, well above, say, freezing. Well, you know, I mean, they were freezing, but, you know, as you start getting into negative temperatures below freezing, and they just don't work. Well, lithium doesn't work. Most batteries out there that you buy now, the expensive top-end batteries, are going to have a heater built into it. It does get below a certain temperature, the heater will kick on. And if it stays below that temperature, then eventually it'll turn off. And that's the problem they're having, is the batteries are wanting, you know, they know if they go to a certain level, they're done. So they just turn off. You know, you get to 15% or whatever, boom, it switches off and says, sorry, it's too cold, or, you know, it's too low out there. And that's kind of the problem they're having. But extreme weather, that's one example. But, you know, it's not global warming now, is it?
Well, it is. So it's climate change now, because the global warming narrative no longer is believable. So they just evolve it and say, oh, it's climate change. And that could just basically be anything that's unpleasant.
Yeah, it's climate changing, you know, and you can, you know, make up all kinds of explanations for it and why it's, hey, it'll get way colder in some places and way warmer in others, and we're going to be growing grapes up in Canada. But at the end of the day, you know, it's not something that humans can't and aren't capable of picking up their vineyards and transporting them a couple hundred miles north or a little higher in elevation or whatever. It's, you know, humans, we do these things. We start over. And then when you talk about, say, corn or soybeans and where you're going to do your winter beans and the summer beans and yada, yada, well, that's easy. That stuff is a no-brainer. You know, I mean, you live in Oklahoma, suddenly they tell you, hey, you know, it's warm enough there that you can start growing soybeans in the winter. It's like, okay, farmers can then migrate to start doing that if they so please. It's not the end of the world. Maybe in Texas they transfer to more sugar or whatever, some other commodity. I don't know, coffee. But you get the point. Humans adapt. And we figure out a way. You know, so even in the worst case scenarios of climate changing, it's not going to be the disaster that they sort of make it. Let's face it, too. When they talk about all the migrants coming over the border right now as being fed and led by global warming and climate change, that is the biggest crock I've ever heard. They're moving up here to get an opportunity to live in a capitalistic society where they have opportunity. That's what they're here for.
Well,
Many of them,
and they're dangling that carrot in front of. They're dangling that carrot in front of them as well. I just saw a new broadcast in one state where they're literally housing immigrants for the first 2.5 years for free. Then they have to get a job and they have to pay maybe 30% or something. But I mean, they're literally just giving them money, giving them places to stay, giving them, I mean, they get more benefits. In fact, that's the Biden administration is let's help out the whole world in every way financially that we can, but do absolutely nothing for Americans. They're giving immigrants free health insurance in California.
I hear where you're going there, but I don't want to get too far off topic because I've got a whole section on immigration coming up.
I just wanted to rant for a second.
You know we got that coming up. So let's get into some of these other in motivation. I want to hear from you a little bit. AI-generated misinformation, disinformation. 53% of the correspondents picked that as one of their top 5. AI-generated misinformation or disinformation. And surprisingly, they don't mention malinformation, which is the most important one to them.
Right.
Well, I think that we're living in that world already anyway. So a lot of us have had our, our armor on and our tools, and we do our own investigating. But one thing is for sure, you certainly can't believe what you hear on the television. You need to investigate it, because the television has been blasting us with misinformation and disinformation hundreds of times a day, hundreds of days in a row. It's programmed. So I think that we're already conditioned for that. I think the reason why they're saying that is because they want to be able to police the internet in some way. They've been trying to do that for so long. So.
And weather, they want to police weather. They want to police social media. Well, the next thing on the list, social and or political polarization. And this is starting to sound like the next one, cost of living crisis and then cyber attacks. This sounds like a wish list. This is like what do you guys want to do this year? Kind of stuff, right?
Exactly.
Like we're all meeting up in Davos again in August. What do you guys want to do?
It's their dream utopia.
Yeah.
And that
get
is
some chemtrails going. AI. Hey.
They gather to see how far they can manipulate the people, what they can get them to do. I mean, look, right now they have certain people believing that men can have babies and putting tampons in men's restrooms. So, I mean, they have got to be just sitting back, slapping themselves on the back for how easily manipulated and weak-minded some people are.
Yeah. I mean, don't even remind us.
Yeah, I mean, the tampons in the men's room, I don't get it. Like, come on, that just doesn't come up.
I don't know. If you hear something often enough, it doesn't have, but you're familiar with it. So that's what they're doing. Like we talked about this a little while ago, how they are always using the word democracy, even though we're a republic. And then you said they misquoted Franklin in saying that you have they said a democracy, but he said we have a republic if we can keep it.
If you can keep it.
Yeah, so that's what they're trying to do, is just make us become so familiar with these words and phrases that they just automatically become like, okay, I guess I accept that.
Yeah. So let's keep going down this list a little bit. Cyber attacks, economic downturn, disrupted supply chain for critical goods and resources. Wow. I mean, that's what this Houthi thing is going on right now, in Yemen.
Right.
Escalation of outbreak of armed conflict, attacks on critical infrastructure, disrupted supply chains for food, censorship and erosion of free speech. Again, what do you guys want to do this summer for fun? Not what we're worried about, right? Public debt distress, skill or labor shortage, yada, yada. It kind of goes on. But I'm not seeing on here COVID or, disease X. You'd think that would be right up there on their to-do list.
They might be saving that for a grand finale of sorts. Who knows?
Yeah, right.
It used to be something really big.
Yeah.
What
COVID was just foreshadowing, like in a book.
Yeah, that sounds like a checklist.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would love
sounds like
nothing more than to bring about another massive. They've got all the everything pretty much put in place. They know what works and how they can control people, and they've got it down now. It's not speculation anymore. They've run it. They ran the drill. The shamdemic was the drill. So now they know how to do it. Now they know, and whatever problems they had, they've solved them now, because they'll be more authoritarian this next time around.
And what do they like? Get all these executives to branch off into groups and say, let's go have a group on AI generated misinformation and disinformation. And what, they're like, we're going to do it. Like our plan is to do it. Or do they talk about how to stop it? And then just some evil ones go out under the cover and, get their secret marching orders to go actually do this. Like, Google, hey, wink and nod, right? This is what we don't want to do. Or is it open these meetings and they say, yes, we want to do these things to take down. I mean, how is that mentality even work?
I can tell you how they do that, because sometimes they might have some outsiders in, so they're not going to come straight out one way or the other what their goal is. So what they'll do is they'll talk about potential difficulties that might arise and how to deal with them. But always those difficulties are always about us getting freedom from the AI, not being enslaved by the AI. You know what I'm saying? So they don't come straight out and say, oh, yeah, you know, do this and we're going to do that. No, they just talk about it all, almost like wargaming it every angle.
Yeah. I don't know, scary stuff, but, 2024, we always like to try to visualize the top global risks for the years. So I thought that was an interesting article.
That really was. That was fascinating.
And I don't see stolen elections on here per se. I mean, I'm sure it's on here in some form or another, but, there are some things that I see happening. Potential Vivek Ramaswamy, let's dive on him for a minute. He is in it with Donald Trump because he's saying, look, they're never going to let him get in power. I don't know if you guys saw this video. He pulled aside a lady. He also said it on Timcast the other night, but they're not going to let him get in power. Well, by crook or whatever, hook or crook, they're going to stop him from ever being sworn. If they have to. He didn't say that, but we all read between the lines. They'll likely do it. There's nothing that will allow them to let Trump get back in office. And that's not here explicitly. Something like that, which could really cause a civil war. I mean, everybody's been cool and all the Trump supporters have always been pretty cool about it, but you go and kill the guy because he's about to win an election and you couldn't put him in jail because all your charges are bogus. That's where things start getting really.
Well, I think he's in the same amount of danger as Barr was, because he's always been at the very edge, pushing the deep state and exposing all of the stuff. And he has had attempts on his life before, but I do agree that they're getting more desperate. However, I think and I hope President Trump is protected by a really elite class of people who are, actually dedicated to keeping him alive. I know those situations that could arise that they wouldn't be able to prepare for, but so far so good. And I just hope that even talking about this doesn't make it come to fruition.
No, he's definitely surrounded around really good people. He's got a barricade wherever he goes, man. I believe there's even some military people, because we've seen that. We've seen people in military garb around him and so forth. He's very well protected. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. And he's not a fearful man. He said not that long ago that they had reinforced his car, with bulletproof glass.
Okay.
And he's like, come at me. Go ahead, shoot. So I do like that about President Trump. He is a brave man.
I think they fear if they strike him down, though, it'll make the movement even larger, not just on a national scale, but also on a global scale. So they want to try to assassinate him. His character is really what they're trying to do most, I think. I think last resort would be, to actually physically assassinate him. It's just like the Star Wars thing, strike me down and I'll only become more powerful, as, Obi-Wan Kenobi said to Darth Vader.
Yeah, there will be people that will try to step into that void. And there's only a handful that would really, I think, be trusted to do so. And, it's Trump Jr., so Donald Trump will be on the next ballot. Again, guaranteed. And I would support him without question, even over, say, a Tucker, who, again, Donald Trump did come out the other day and say that he has picked his running mate.
Yep.
And he also trashed on Vivek, so it's not going to be him.
That's right.
So Carrie Lake was with him, I think, in Iowa today. Maybe that means something.
Yesterday or today.
Possibly so.
Yeah, but Tucker, I saw some videos out of people, making, and pretty intense videos of Trump and Tucker running around together, and some, I don't know. Yeah, it took a lot of effort to make these things, and there was a couple of them, and it tells me that people who, I don't know, you wouldn't put that kind of work into something if you weren't trying to make a statement that, hey, I know something here, So,
President Trump says we got to win elections. I mean, and he knows how popular Tucker is and how, the platform that he has. So it's a possibility Tucker would be one person that could reach across to more people, that President Trump hasn't been able to get through to.
I think it makes him more a candidate when he said, "Oh, I would probably never do that because I'm not a politician. I would have to really pray hard about that," he said. And that to me is like, whenever they do it on the down low like that, that's almost like saying, "Oh, I'd love that," because if you came out and said, "I'd love it," it's just too much.
Well, we've talked about it you go down the list of all the great talk show hosts who could easily step into a political position, but they never seem to do it. It's one thing, you've got so many hours upon hours upon hours of you saying everything under the sun that comes into your head as you're live on the radio.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, anything could be used against you, big time.
Yeah, and taken out of context and you name it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a big, but at the same time, could you imagine him debating Kamala Harris?
No, I definitely could not see him dating Kamala Harris. That would be horrifying, the thought of that.
Yeah. No, that's a funny Freudian slip there. Debating Kamala Harris. Wow, what a crushing blow that would be. Just shockingly,
because
good luck
Tucker's
to her on that.
Informed, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's going to be any debates if Biden is going to be the one running. They're not going to let him, talk to. He can't even talk now, let alone. I mean, come on, an hour or two long debate. Give me a break. He cannot last that long. They cannot pump him up with enough drugs that he'll last that long.
Yeah, he'll come out and with no tie, trying to look hip and young, and proceed to sniff Megyn Kelly's hair.
And he'll have that sleep apnea, marks on his face still from the night before.
He's going to be telling Megyn Kelly not to date anyone until she's 30.
Did you see that video that President Trump shared out of Joe Biden in the White House that was like a senior citizen?
Yeah, that's great. I love that. But they didn't even show some of the best clips, like the one where he's actually zombieing out and he's just like, I mean, that one was even better. Where he just literally looks like he's like a dunce that is just like, has no brain cells whatsoever. It's the wildest clip if you haven't seen it.
No, I haven't. I need to go look that up. That sounds very interesting. But yeah, it's going to be a crazy year. And I don't know where we're going. There's big elections happening all over, too. Germany, Italy, France, the whole EU, like a lot of their, representatives from each country are up for vote. So we could see it'd be really interesting to see the European Union have a, Brexit mega movement, or mega, make Europe great again, right? And suddenly this all-powerful, horrible organization out there just turns into, let's make Europe great. Let's make Europe great.
A lot happening out there. You saw the German farmers.
Mm-hmm.
They're speaking out too. It's just amazing what's happening all across the nation. And it's been happening like this for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, Poland has some new, there's a president and a chairman or something. And the president went into one of the palaces and arrested a couple of their MPs. And the chairman there overturned it, released them, and pardoned them. And then, a couple 100,000 people showed up in the streets the next day to voice their concern over something like that occurring. In pretty angry ways. I mean, this isn't fun for them. They don't want to watch their country change that radically. It's Poland. So, yeah, they could be putting up some very, very, conservative people into the European Union all over Europe. They're all getting sick of it. Folks, think about it. They're all getting really sick of watching their country or their countries, their continent, get rolled over
just like Muslim majorities are headed for every single European country within the next 40 years. Mark my words, it will happen. If you live long enough to see it, you'll say, wow, I remember hearing that back in 2024. Huh. I could have told you this in 2000. And it's only gotten worse. It's only gotten faster and faster. So it's happening really quick right now. The number one name in England for babies is Muhammad.
Oh my gosh.
Well, maybe that's why the left aligns with Islam. I mean, they're very, very. I don't know that all Islam is woke though, but they definitely have a lot of liberal values, you know. So it's
Islam.
Well, when it comes to children and kids and pedophilia and stuff like that, I mean, that's you know.
Okay, well, I'll give you that maybe, you know, but my Lord, what is, you know, about wearing, you know, having all your women wear complete head to toe coverings with only a slot for your eyes?
What is the appeal? What is Muslims and liberals? I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense to me.
It makes no sense, but yet there it is in your face. You know, and right now it's happening in a big way. We were talking about it before. All these lockdowns in New York City, basically the pro-Iran, pro-Hezbollah, pro-Hamas, pro-Yemen protesters were blocking down 3 bridges and a tunnel going into Manhattan the other day for several hours. Mm-hmm. Just shut it down. Basically blocked Manhattan from all the other boroughs for half a day or a good chunk of a day. And that's happening in America. They went to the White House the other night.
Yeah.
And they shook the gates so hard that they almost knocked down the fence. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, how is that not? People had to be evacuated from certain sections of the White House due to security risks. Secret Service went out there in riot gear. How is that not as bad as January 6th?
I mean, I don't know, all being socially engineered, in my opinion, to basically do the same kind of thing we saw with Antifa and BLM. You know, it's all being stoked. It's all being incited within these people that to embolden them to go out and do these kinds of things, whether it's, you know, outwardly spoken or not. You know, they are getting marching orders in the propaganda. It's just disgusting, man. And we just need to. Hey, we need to brace for all kinds of possible chaos and mayhem. But I will say this, man, it's mostly going to be in the liberal areas. Most of the conservative areas through most of this year, where there's freedom, where there's the rule of law and justice, and our Constitution is still somewhat in place. It calm. There may be a rough spot along the way for a short period, but by and large, we're going to be okay. But all these people in these liberal cities, they need to be prepared, because chaos, just like we saw with the BLM and the Antifa, that's going to be magnified this time around. You can count on that, because the people are already being programmed to be triggered and to be violent.
And now you've got literal, like, terrorist organizations in America shutting down bridges into New York. Terrorists aligning and sympathizing organizations and groups in the United States at the gates of the White House, tearing those gates down. Motivation. Is this a good thing to see? I don't know. Are you happy about it?
Oh, I was just going to say, but I'm pretty sure white supremacists and MAGA supporters are the terrorists, not those people, as according to the FBI.
Yeah.
It's very concerning, because, I mean, think about if this had happened, it never would have happened, you know, back when 9/11 happened, how much people's minds have changed. It's good in a way, I think, because what people believe about 9/11, you know, what the television told them, isn't true. And so I'm glad that people are questioning the narratives, but we have to be careful the lines that we're walking. That's why I try and stay out of this whole holy war thing, and even the Ukraine-Russia war. You know, that's not my thing. And I don't know what to believe because I feel like we're lied to all the time. Things are done for covert political agendas. And, there's so many times, very unfortunately, that the United States is behind these coups and paying for the war on both sides, which we are, because the weapons that Joe left behind in Afghanistan, he's the one who armed up these Taliban when they had just sticks, and he left them equipment so now they could do night vision, fighting. And then we find out that those weapons ended up in the Holy War too. So I'm so sick and tired of trying to decipher what the heck is really going on. But I know whatever the television tells me is not that.
Yeah, and the danger of taking sides is all the powers that be are not going to do anything to end this peacefully. In fact, the New York Times just had an article this last week, and it literally said, UN warns Gaza is heading for famine as specter of wider war looms. So they're not going to do anything to solve anything. They're going to make sure that the war's brought in. You can mark my words. That's their goal. You'll watch, you'll see it happen. And it's not like I've got some magical blueprint. It's just their blueprint. That's how they operate. And as Biden is at the helm, they're going to make sure. So if you pick a side, come on, do this, you're wasting your time. They're going to do stuff that makes it keep going and makes it keep spreading. We need to be exposing these people, exposing Biden as the evil, sinister globalist that he is. And all these globalists who basically are just warmongers who want Orwell's perpetual state of war, never to end, killing us, controlling us, manipulating us until they can finally get in their stupid, ridiculous great reset, the liberal world order. That's what we need to be waking people up to, in my opinion.
And the thing is, we shouldn't be going through any of this stuff,
Absolutely.
Because, yeah, we shouldn't be going through any of it. We are, because of the people who have to see it to believe it first, to realize how corrupted and, treasonous, really treasonous, that our government, institutions, agencies, we were infiltrated long ago, and people are finally realizing, but unfortunately we had to go through all this detrimental crap in order for them to believe it, which is so crazy because they'll believe something about President Trump based on nothing, but they have the hardest time believing actual, factual, tangible, physical evidence. Is that so crazy?
I know. It's an upside down. It's clown world, man. Clown world. And I can't be reminded when I listen to you speak, Barry, that Wednesday night we got into this so deep in the third hour that we really were talking about sort of the visionary plans and metas that need to occur before the second coming, before the end days, and people out there actively trying to execute those
prophecies.
The prophecies, exactly, so that they can kind of egg this on and make it happen. And I don't know. Good or bad, or whether it'll work, you clearly think it won't work if, it's not real, but at the end of the day, that's what's on the line. A lot of these people think that way in these sort of biblical prophecies. And
it's dangerous, It's very, very dangerous. And I'm a believer in the end of days. I'm a Bible believing Christian, but you can't mess with God's timeline.
Yeah.
God does that. Man doesn't. Man doesn't have control of much of anything. If you really want to know the truth.
Yeah. It's like that movie, the Seven Seals. It goes way back, but yeah, they try to one by one make all these things happen, and it's just you end up being crazy. You're just a crazy killer. That's all you are. You're a psycho killer. Kiss, kiss, say. So, let's talk about energy in Europe. It turns out that the UK and France are pushing hard for the one nuclear power. Right? The one answer that the climate crazy have to put their arms around. If you really need us to get to the point where we're going to run all these electric cars and of your gas stove and get rid of everything gas, run it all electric, everything electric. If you really want to get to that level, you have to embrace nuclear power. Period. There's no other way. England is adding another like mega project onto. They've got a bunch of plants they're building, and they're all like behind schedule and over budget and all those wonderful things. But they're pushing on for another gigantic mega plant that will bring their capacity up to what I think like 20% And across the channel in France, they are looking to add 6 new reactors pretty much right away, as quick as they can get them up. And these are green. Hey, we don't like the waste. There's a lot of things we don't like about nuclear energy. But, you know, the theory about the waste is you find the biggest, deepest tunnel and you put it in the bottom of it. And hopefully in 30 years, we can turn that into something that, you know, everyone puts in their cell phone. You know, one little spoonful in your cell phone and it's good for life, right? Never have to charge. I don't know. Call me crazy, but you know, things like that exist. In the future, there'll be solutions for what we do with that stuff. Right now, we don't know. But let's not let that get in the way of how we can move forward and actually try to do something to make the world run cleaner, which I'm all for. Let's do it rationally. Okay, now on the flip side, Germany is getting rid of all of their nuclear plants and switching to, wait for it, coal. Coal is their answer.
That sounds good to me. Yeah, clean coal, clean burning coal, as Trump would call it. I like that.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. They were so dependent on all their natural gas and everything from Russia that they're screwed right now. And really the only quick solution they have to actually keep Germany running, all those Mercedes, BMWs, Volvos, all that stuff, is coal. Coal. So, hey, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how all this works out. And who's going to be right and who's going to be wrong, and you know where the real answers are.
Go ahead.
I think the real answer is in options. You know, don't just say it's going to be this resource or that resource. You limit yourself that way. But give us the freedom of choice. Let us decide for ourselves. An electric vehicle isn't always going to be a beneficial. You know, if you have to go on a long trip, it's going to suck. Not everybody's going to want to go through that. So, but if we want to have one for short trips or, you know, whatever, then it's our choice and we want to do it, then by all means. But don't, like Joe is doing, say, okay, there's going to be no more gas-powered cars. You're only going to have electric. You can't have gas stoves anymore. You can't have this. You can't have that. That's the part I can't stand. I don't like the dictatorship of it. I like freedom of choice and abundance. And when you're,
and Ford is freaking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, some of these companies are freaking out right now. They're like, we can't go down this road. You know, we're going to lose our butts. I mean, they're losing $30,000 per car that they put out right now on average.
Yeah.
Okay. And so they're just like, we can't do this. People don't want them. We're building all these things. If you think we're going to be 60% in 4 more years, you're wrong. We're going to be maybe 15%, 20% in 6 more years, because we might have peaked for a little while until these technologies can get to the point where you've got the 1,000-mile range. You know, that's what we're waiting for.
I think the globalists know that Trump's going to win, and so they're just trying to throw in all their cards prematurely, where they're not ready for it technologically speaking, but they're just going for broke anyway. Because once Trump comes in there, not only will he shift the paradigm in America, he will shift much of the global paradigm as well. A lot of people don't realize the president of the United States has a lot to do with the movements of the world. That's why they call him the leader of the free world.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, so yeah, but the bottom line is you can't shove something down everyone's throat. You can't just say do it or else. You know, what if no one buys these things? People have to sign the bottom line and make those payments. Not cheap. You know, $60,000 car over 5 years. That's you know, a $1,200 a month, something like that. You're going to pay for that thing.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money. That's a big commitment.
there's a rental car agency that is getting rid of a third of their electric vehicles because
I think it's Hertz, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Hertz.
Yeah, I mean, and like you were saying, those buses up north, those cold temperatures, they're just not feasible for everybody.
And it's ironic because Hertz, kind of like megahertz, right? Like Hertz. HRTZ, like electricity, boom, Hertz, you know.
There you go. You're so clever.
Well, they might have been ambitious about their goals too, which is fine. But, you know, people get to the airport and they're like, you know, electric is great. It's cool for like 4 seconds when you first get in it and punch the gas. And it's like, oh, wow, this thing's fast. All right. Other than that, then you're like, you know, other than that, it kind of like I have to go 2 hours and I'm not going to make it on this full charge. Like, whoa.
Hey, guys.
You don't have the time to be an electric vehicle owner.
Hey, guys. We going to break?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's go on break. Folks, sorry about that. It's time to take a break. This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. We'll be right back after this.
Okay. I know you were
Thank
getting
you.
deep.
I was looking at it, I was going, it's any minute now.
We're any second now. I'm like,
I was not
no
looking,
break.
so
You know, I
thank you.
had my finger on the button and everything. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
Oh no, you had the finger on the nuclear button?
Yeah.
That's scary, man.
And I don't have the passcode, so it'll
I was
just
still within
click
the
and
minute
read
mark,
error.
though, you know.
It'll just click and read error. And
yeah.
And
We
even
were
though I'm
still
looking
within the
for the
minute mark
mushroom
of
in the
740,
sky,
so
it won't happen, and I'll just be depressed.
oh,
Do you have
you guys getting
Texas?
excited for Whaley?
Yeah, sure I am.
I haven't heard from him yet, but then again, I'm having a hard time connecting to Facebook chat for some reason. It usually takes a while, but oh well. It is what it is.
I saw where they shut another person down on YouTube for that deal that guy did, that influencer did with Vivek Ramaswamy and the Rubik's Cube deal. They shut him down completely. No strikes ever. They just shut his page completely down on YouTube.
The Rubik's Cube deal? What? I never heard of that.
Well, he gave him a Rubik's Cube, and he says, well, you know, you solve this and I'm going to solve all the world's problems while you're solving that. And he goes through, you know, what he's going to do as the president. And then by the time he's finished doing the Rubik's Cube, he's finished giving his little speech. It's kind of a little clever, creative video that him and this influencer did. And that was all it was. And they just basically said, I'm sorry, you can no longer be on YouTube. You violated our policies, whatever that is. I mean,
what policy? Yeah, that just sounds like a neat video. Yeah.
I mean, I like what Vivek Ramaswamy's doing. He should not have, though, for his own good. He should not have done what he did. That was, you know, kind of stupid, kind of arrogant. But I still like what he's doing. But he kind of made an enemy.
When you say what he did, you mean to that voter about Trump?
Well, yeah, and he had a T-shirt made that said, "Vote for me," so I basically pardon Trump and save Trump.
Yeah.
And President Trump said, "Vote for me."
Yeah, he said Vivek is not MAGA. That was pretty. So you don't want to make Trump your enemy.
Vivek said he wasn't MAGA. Vivek said that too.
And you know, he is actually the owner of a pharmaceutical company.
I don't know if he is anymore though, but he used to.
Founder.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what to think of that guy. He says stuff that I love to hear, like directly, you know, we're going to take out the deep state. That's, I want to hear that. And then, you know, I've been trying to weigh whether I should say anything or not. But President Trump said he's not going to have time for retribution. And that kind of like caught me off guard. Like, what? Because he said he would be our retribution. So I was like, what's that mean? I hope he means, he said success will be our retribution. And I hope he means justice when he says success. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder if he's got the cojones to go. He's got to go after him, because it doesn't matter what Trump does to fix things. We will have a short-lived victory if he does not drain the swamp and hold these criminals accountable, because they'll just come right back.
I don't even know if it's possible though, man. Draining the swamp is, I don't even know if it's possible. Even, if he's got 4 years, if he had 20 years, sure. But it's just, it's so deep, man. All he's got to do, he's just got to put a good cabinet around him, the best of the best. And hopefully we can trust all these guys.
Well,
and I'm
we
talking
got
about
30
people we can
seconds.
trust,
Yeah, if he could put together some, to where there's no voter fraud, then we might be able to hold the power longer.
Mm-hmm. Man. Don't get me started. I could try angry, and you wouldn't like me when
And
I'm
get
angry.
ready for the countdown, because here it comes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're live and on the radio side right now.
Welcome back to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition, where we hang out, have a lot of fun, and talk about everything going on in the world. And I just, when we're off the air, folks, we keep on talking. And we had a really interesting conversation during the break about Vivek Ramaswamy and Trump. And I don't know, Barry, you were talking pretty good on this. So why don't you dive in and kind of take us down a summary of what we were talking about through the break there?
Well, basically, he kind of insulted Trump. I mean, when you get and Ramaswamy's the new guy, he's the young guy on the block, and it was a little arrogant, in my opinion. He said something, like, vote for me. That way, I can save Trump and pardon Trump. And it's just, Trump didn't like it, obviously. And he said, Vivek is not MAGA. And, one person you don't want to make as your enemy is Donald Trump. Just to put it lightly. Because if you're loyal to him, he'll be great to you. But if you turn your back on him, he doesn't hold back.
Mm-hmm. And I would even say like a Rudy Giuliani or even Roger Stone to some degree. People who have been very loyal to him have also kind of been left up the creek with no speak. Trump is out for Trump, but he's also out for America. I mean, he wants that legacy of being a very, very good president, a two-term president that, he wants that legacy that turned America around, that saved America. And, that's what we're looking at here. But Yodavation, do you believe that it'd be safer? I won't ask you that. Do you believe that Vivek has any point whatsoever?
Do I believe that Vivek what?
Has any point in what he's saying whatsoever?
Oh, yeah. I think he does, to some degree, but like you're saying, he's a little bit too cocky. He is probably bringing in a youthful group of people, which is great. He's saying all kinds of great things as far as going after the deep state, calling the media out to their face, saying things that I really like to hear. But when President Trump says that a vote for Vivek will be a vote for the other side, I'm going to listen to President Trump on that, because I think that he has definitely more information than I do. And he has a track record. I know what President Trump can do. And he did all of that while his hands were tied behind his back the first time around. So I'm excited. I think President Trump's invested, and that's what sets him apart from every other candidate. He paid to be our president, and he's been indicted 4 times. He's going through all this garbage, and he still wants to be our president. I'm still with President Trump.
Yeah, and I'd like to point out a couple things. Gosh, there's a few ways I could take this right now. But one, I think the most important one is the Georgia case is falling apart. It turns out the DA down there, Fannie Willis, is dating one of the main prosecutors that she hired from an outside law firm and has paid close to $1 million to him so far as they take lavish vacations in the Caribbean and Napa Valley and, all over the place, a couple cruises. So you pay your boyfriend $1 million. Apparently there was one day he billed 24 straight hours at, I don't know, $1,000 an hour, some stupid number like that, you know. And yeah, did you work 24 hours that day? Well, I was on the ship, you know, with Fanny. You can ask Fanny if I worked them 24 hours. But anyway, they are going after this corruption. Like, look at these people. That looks like embezzlement. It looks like all kinds of crazy stuff on the taxpayer dime, on the federal dime, because they got a federal grant for so many millions of dollars from the Biden administration and the DOJ to go after these trials, because this, of course, is funded and green-lighted by the White House. They both traveled to the White House. He even billed time for his time at the White House. So all kinds of issues allegedly going on down there in Georgia with that case. It could be thrown out tomorrow, for all we know. And the judge there is not that bad. We've got New York.
They colluded with the White House, too. Remember that?
Yeah. No, yeah. I just said that. And New York is falling apart because it is. Did you guys see Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank? Kevin O'Leary? He went on the other day and said every real estate developer does exactly what Trump did. Every single one all over the world, every single real estate developer is looking at this and saying, this is a joke. This is the biggest scam I've ever seen. They all understand the game. Every banker knows the game. They all see this as the transparent joke that it is, and it will never survive. Then we get to Jack Smith. Now, is Jack Smith, was he appointed by Biden and then approved by the House? Because in order to be a special prosecutor, you need to be a presidential appointment, and then you have to go through a confirmation in the House. Did that happen? No, it did not happen. So is he even legitimately running that case? The way that, you know, they squashed it and put a hold on the entire case till sometime later. And he keeps sending them evidence and just breaking this halt on the case. Breaking it in front of the judge. So all these cases are falling apart under scrutiny. They're falling apart under, you know, the light of day. So I don't know. One of you guys jump in, and I'll give you the mic. We got about 3 minutes left.
Go ahead, Yotivation.
Well, it's great because we're finally able to hear the facts. You know, and things are starting to make more sense because the things that the TV has been pushing have been obvious lies. And now, you know, we're starting to get more information and people are able to broaden their perspectives and realize they really are. It's a political attack against Joe Biden's opponent, against the deep state, the man who's been exposing all of their corruption. And I just say with President Trump, he was the only one that helped to bust Jeffrey Epstein in 2009. Then he did bust him when President Trump was in office. 2 times he busted Epstein. And then he also did NXIVM. He went after human trafficking. And so I stand behind him. He represents me and my values. What say you, Barry?
Yeah, I mean, well, I've been wanting to say this for a little bit, but Reuters did an article about Trump and, you know, about the Davos meeting and everything. And the title was The Specter. They like that word, if you haven't noticed. The specter of Donald Trump hangs over Davos. Look, Donald Trump is living in these people's heads 24/7. They actually do realize that he may win. But what was funny about the article, it said they are not going to underestimate his chances of victory, nor the disruptive impact that he would have on the world. Disruptive? You mean the disruption that he would cause the New World Order? That's what they actually mean. So they fear him, and I do think they know that maybe he's going to be back and there is going to be some retribution because they have committed crimes against humanity. And as I've always said before, arrests, indictments, and convictions, I do believe, and I'm standing on that, I'm praying for that it happens because we must have justice and across the board like never before, or we're going to come right back to where we're at right now, and things are going to be a living hell for the whole world if we don't get justice. Justice must be served.
And one of the things that, you know, a few minutes ago, I was thinking over in 2 ways. You know, I was thinking about taking the conversation was Nikki Haley. she called for the end of anonymous, accounts online. She called for all kinds of crazy stuff. She is the worst. She is NWO, World Economic Forum, all those things wrapped up in one package. We don't want to vote for it. Do not support Nikki Haley under any circumstances. We've got to go to break. We'll be right back after this.
And we're on radio break.
Wow, guys. You're killing it tonight.
No neocon Nikki, never.
Well, I came to the conclusion today, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks, and I posted this today. I said, we've now, and it's probably been this way for a while, but you know how something just hits you like a ton of bricks? But I came to the conclusion today that basically every rhino is now a liberal. Maybe not in the liberal of the past, but a leftist. Every rhino is now, look at Bush. Bush Jr. supports all of the woke leftist policies. He's aligned with Biden on everything. Mitt Romney, Liz Cheney, these people are leftists. They're not conservative whatsoever. They're aboard with the globalist agenda. That's a leftist thing now. They don't even call the New World Order the New World Order anymore. They call it the Liberal World Order. And there was a time where they were like, well, should we go with a right wing or a left wing? But they finally decided we need a liberal world order. And you need to go with that because the liberals are more insane and the world order is insane.
And what does liberal even mean? It used to stand for libertarian.
Yeah.
And they've stolen that term. Like, as a libertarian at heart, I consider it offensive that they call themselves liberal because they're not in any way. They're Marxists. They're communists and Marxists.
Well, Klaus Schwab and his daughter were just talking about the greatest danger is libertarians. They're a threat.
Yeah, he's got offspring. I think
he's got a daughter. Yeah. What's her name? I forgot her name. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's just as bad as he is.
Willie's listening to us right now in Facebook. I hope he comes in pretty soon.
Oh, he's the greatest person in the world, that there Willie. Oh,
yeah.
My only problem is him with their Facebook and their TikTok.
He's a rebel.
Hey, are you going to bring up at all?
He's part of my groovy groupies in Facebook, so he can't be all that bad if he's part of my group.
There you go.
What am I going to bring up?
Let me find the guy's name because it's Cuban and I can't remember the Cuban journalist that they murdered in prison.
Ukraine.
That's kind of an important
in
deal
the dungeons. Yeah.
Biden could have made one phone call.
Yeah.
And he would have been free.
Hunter Biden could have made one phone call and he'd have been free.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's not joke, beat around the bush here.
True that.
And on the same phone call, he probably could have got some hookers sent over with crack, right?
that
Release
are
the guy
underage,
and also send over some
ones.
hookers and some crack.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.
They had to be
See,
underage.
guys, you heard
Otherwise,
that one.
It's a
I
no
don't
deal
know.
for Hunter, right?
Like that journalist, he's like, Hunter, what's your favorite kind of crack?
Free?
White powderies.
And that's a dumb question because free crack is the answer every time. I mean, what a dumb question. Free crack? Oh.
Parmesan.
That guy goes through money, though. Hunter Biden goes through money like it was, monopoly money.
I don't think he's too picky either. What kind of crack either? Butt crack, other crack.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What kind of crack are we talking about?
Oh, man.
Here?
Dude, if he turned around and answered ass crack, I would have died. I'd probably make shirts for the guy and just worship him. Like, yeah, you're cool, dude. You're cool with me. Like ass crack, duh.
It'd be like,
really?
yeah, we can't wait to get you in prison. It'd be like that.
Yeah, I don't think he would do. Hunter would not do well, and they would treat him like they treat the pedophiles.
Well, I don't know. He'd probably be a celebrity.
Wait.
He would be at the golf course one. He wouldn't be at
All right, Willie.
He wouldn't be at like Leavenworth. All right.
Willie, you come in here and motivation He's got that retraining order, man. What are you doing in this room, Willie? You know you can't come in here.
Yeah, but ain't that long as we long distance, man? Hey, we long distance. As long as I don't go up there to Connecticut where she lives at, man. Hey, as long as I stay out of Connecticut, we doing good, man.
On 422 Schoolhouse Road.
Where she lives, man. Hey, I got her address right here. Hold on, I'll give it to you. Yeah, y'all go visit her, but I can't.
Willie, what are we doing tonight? What do you got planned? What do you got up your sleeve?
Shoot fire, man. Nothing.
Okay. That works.
Nothing.
Nah, he's
Motivation.
just
I thought you were so offended by
spontaneous.
Willie's presence here that you left.
No, but my computer shut down.
It shut down.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I was worried I kicked her out by accident when I came in.
No, it wasn't you. I just
was the
didn't
PO.
have my adapter plugged in apparently, and it happens.
Y'all know,
What's up, Willie? What's up, buddy?
how you doing, Mr. Bullhorn Barry, Mr. Freedom Fighter Victor?
Hey, I've been checking out your content, man.
Shit,
I've been
damn.
government.
Yeah, I ain't like to look at. You seen I put Federal Bureau of Investigation on my channel because now we got this guy, anti-anarchist. He's accusing Lady Red and me of being feds.
Is that right?
Yeah, there you go. Willie's a Fed. That's new to me.
Let's
Okay.
roll with that. Let's
Let's
roll
go with that. Yeah, let's go with that. Well, you are a super. You're a secret agent, man.
Yeah, that's
Secret agent, man.
Y'all know Bamberg, South Carolina got hit by a tornado here last week, a couple days ago.
A
Is
tomato.
that right?
Yeah.
It got hit by a tomato.
Well,
That must have been one big
Hit by a tornado.
tomato.
They're throwing tomatoes at you, Willie.
hit by a tornado. But what's interesting is that's Neely's hometown.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Chemtrails.
yeah, she hadn't even bothered to tell him sorry or help you out or.
What was that?
But Bullhorn Barry,
What was that?
what
I
was
got
what?
this like
I thought
big
Cecilia
feedback.
was in here.
I don't know.
A big tick, like somebody tapping out their. Yeah, I was tapping out a one hitter.
Okay.
I thought you were going to have Cecilia on the show tonight.
Huh?
Cecilia? No, she's breaking my heart.
She's
Yeah.
shaking my
Breaking my
confidence
confidence
daily.
daily.
You know that. Because I'm down on my knees begging her, please.
Yeah.
Well, Willie wants
She's
to
lost
talk
that loving feeling.
Right. Willie wants to talk about Ray Tay and his Uncle Daddy Baba.
Okay.
We're going to talk about red country folks, hillbilly, white trash, then you got proud white trash. White trash. They don't do nothing but white trash. A bunch of crap.
All right. Do what you got to say, Will.
Yeah, I ain't got a whole lot.
Well, that's never stopped you in the past.
I want to make sure we bring in Aunt Mama Lou.
Okay. We can do that.
I was studying up on Palestine and how big Palestine is. That place is not but 3,000 square miles altogether. That includes the West Bank, Gaza, the Gaza Strip.
Yep.
To put it in perspective, Delaware is 2,500 square miles. So this is not a very big area. Yet we're sending these people billions of dollars to conquer Delaware.
Yep. And good riddance.
New Jersey, 4 miles. I mean, this is not a big territory. It's like they can't handle it. Or supposedly, October 7th, there was some people that came in from over there and killed, 1,500 Israelis or something. And
They lowered that to 1,200.
1,200, yeah. Either way, apparently the numbers are in that the Israelis have killed like 23,000 Palestinians. I mean, it's just a bit of an overkill, if you ask me. But then again, that's why nobody never asked me nothing.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll ask you a few things here.
And
Well,
Bullhorn Barry, Willie wants to know how come they don't make squeezable apple jelly.
Anyways, we got 30 seconds till we're back on the radio side.
Maybe it's just too thick.
Squeezable apple cider.
Too thick. It's too thick, man. I don't know.
Like you get a rotten tomato in a little bag and squeeze it, and the juice comes out.
You need to figure it out.
That's the puzzle, right?
Good time to bring it up because we got time to research.
All right, get ready for the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're live and on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Round Table Radio Show. And as you know, we like to have a lot of fun, hang out, cover the news, cover everything going on in the world. And so, on that note, I want to talk about Ray Ray and Tay Tay. Now, with us, Willie from Willie's Worm Farm and his Cricket Emporium of Sandy Run, South Carolina. Sorry. Willie, what is going on with Ray Ray and Tay Tay? And who are they?
Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, look at him. Hey, I want to tell y'all some stuff, man. How y'all doing tonight? Hey, y'all got that Yotivation Nation there? Hey, Yotivation Nation.
Hi, Willie.
Hey, I love you, doggone. Hey, y'all got that Bullhorn Barry there too, right? Hey, Bullhorn Barry. Hey, yo, Rizzo. Y'all got your Rizzo there too, man? Hey, what, yo, Rizzo?
No.
Y'all done run your Rizzo.
Rizzo is yet again a no call, no show.
Yet again. Doggone, man.
No call, no show, just didn't show up.
Well, hey, I want to talk about some things, man. Hey, I hope everybody's doing all right. And hey, Mark, y'all got that producer. Hey, man, I don't never say hey to that Mark because he's famous and stuff, man. Hey, I want to get Mark. Hey, Mark, you out there, man?
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm right here, Willie. Calm down. Calm down. It's okay. I'm right here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, man. Hey, I heard that your autograph was worth a lot of money, man. Hey, that's what I want. I'm gonna come get your autograph, man. Hey, that's what I want to do. But hey, that Bullhorn Barry, man, he's smart.
Yeah.
Hey, Bullhorn Barry. Hey, here's what I want to know. Hey, here's what I want you told me, man. Hey, I want to know why it is, man. Hey, you can buy squeezable in the bottle, squeezable strawberry jelly, man, squeezable grape. You can buy all kind of squeezable. Hey, you can't buy no squeezable apple jelly, man. Hey, that's what I want to know. Why you can't? Now you can't buy it, man. Hey, squeezable jelly. I want some squeezable apple jelly. Hey, man, and I can't find it. Find it down there at the Kmart or nowhere online or nothing.
No one wants apple jelly. But you're asking Bullhorn Barry, but yeah, that's my opinion.
I think Amazon has it. Amazon has it. It's like, I don't know, $100 for, for some squeezable apple jam. Yeah.
No, man, no.
$100?
Yeah. But if you buy it with the Celtic salt, it's like $125. So it's a really good steal deal.
He said Celtic salt. I don't know, man. Hey, no, but I got down here on the farm, man. And hey, for all y'all out there that don't know, man, hey, my name is Willie Lee. I run Willie's Worm Farm down in Waldorf, Florida, and Willie's Cricket Emporium up in Sandy Run, South Carolina, man. Sell worm hot dogs, cricket flour, and pea jugs too. Hey, I got special on pea jugs, and I'm also I'm still selling my underwear, man. Anybody out there that wants to buy my underwear?
Willie, stop it with that. I don't care talking about your Cricket Emporium, but you do not sell your underwear on my show, please. That's ridiculous. Stop that.
No,
no one wants your used underwear. Nobody.
No, but that's what I was going to tell y'all, man. Hey, I done sold like 3 pair of them, man. Hey, and then I got my cousins and uncles and all that, man. Hey, there's Ray, Tay Tay, and Uncle Daddy Bobby. Hey, and they in on it too, man. They help me out.
Uncle Daddy Bobby.
Yeah, Uncle. Hey,
Mama Lou, but now you got Uncle Daddy Bobby.
Yeah. Ray, Tay.
Your daddy and Bobby too. What? It's either your uncle or daddy. It's not Uncle Daddy Bobby.
Yeah. Well, it's Ray, and Tay, man. Hey, that's their daddy is Uncle Daddy Bobby, but one of them youngins ain't really his son. Is really like his brother's son, Uncle Daddy. Uncle Daddy Bobby said Ray, Tay, and Uncle Daddy Bobby, man. Hey, it's a true story, man. Hey, but that's from Aunt Mama Lou's side of the family. Hey,
okay. Can we bring Aunt Mama Lou in? I mean, because Aunt Mama Lou, that's a whole nother story. How is she your aunt and your mama and your Lou and your wife? Aunt Mama Lou, are you out there?
Yeah. Hey, hold on just a minute. Hey, Aunt Mama Lou, hey, hold on a minute. Hey, not here, because that's what I wanted to tell y'all, man. Hey, because you got like rednecks, and you got country folk, you got hillbillies, and you got white trash, man. Hey, then you got what they call proud white trash. Hey, that's Aunt Mama Lou. All that, she proud white trash. Hey, Aunt Mama Lou, tell them all. Hey, because that Ray, Tay, and Uncle Daddy Bobby, hey, that's all Aunt Mama Lou's side of the family, man. Hey, y'all think I'm bad? Hey, these people right here, hey, it's so bad. Hey, when they sit down to dinner, they got to share their false teeth. I said they eat a full teeth. Man, I ain't no lie, they pass them around. Hey, Aunt Mama Lou, tell them.
Weasley.
Yeah, it's the truth, isn't it?
Well, you don't want not to be spreading stories like that on the radio.
It's true. She knows it's true. Tell them all about it.
Yeah, one year, Granny and Uncle Bobby Ray, Tay, Bobby, he switched his teeth with Granny's, and they didn't even realize it for a little while. So that was a good time. They shared drinks, gin and tonics, and that was a good night.
Yeah. Hey, that reminds me of that song they come up with way back when. It wasn't my song. It goes like this. It's like a rap song or something, man. It goes, ho, 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 open up the door. I'm Santa Claus, and guess what, y'all? I got something to show. I came to bring some Christmas spirit. I got a big bag now. Guess what's in it? Something for the rich and something for the poor. So Merry Christmas and ho, ho, ho. Hi, doggone. Hey, they said we couldn't go out at the same time because the coat that was his was a coat that was mine. They got so hungry. They ate all of Santa's reindeer. They ate Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen. They fried them up and started to mix them. Why didn't they wonder what they're going to do about the reindeer song? They sang Silent Night and Jingle Bells and all them Christmas rhymes, man. Hey, because they said they didn't give a dang about the reindeer that never wasn't on time. People, man. Hey, they're crazy. Hey, if you I just say no lie. Hey, you go over there to their house, man. Hey, if you want seconds, you got to get it the first time around. Hey, and hey, ain't no lie. Hey, and then when you get done, hey, they get done with their food, they're gonna be coming up with yours. They're gonna be coming after your food, man. So you better eat while you're standing up, because when they get done with theirs, you got to be ready to run. Hey, them people, they talking about they pull white trash, man. Hey, that ain't no lie. They ain't just pull white trash. Proud white trash. Aunt Mama Lou's family. That's all Aunt Mama Lou. Hey, y'all think I'm bad, man? Hey, Aunt Mama Lou, y'all need to get some of her kinfolk on here, man. I tell you what, look out.
Willie, now don't be bashing my family. They's good people.
Hey, bunch of crackheads, man. Hey, they make meth labs. They got meth labs all down in the swamp and stuff, man. They got little campers. You go down there in the swamp, man. Hey,
Willie.
Man. What?
Well, you shouldn't be talking. I don't even know if that's true. I don't want to know. We you can't be talking about that on the radio. Meth labs? No, come on. Stop that. Stop that. Don't talk about that on the radio. Come on.
Yeah, it's true, man. Them campers are smoking. Every last one of them. They all walk around.
Come on, Willie.
No,
You're talking about illegal activities, and we can't be having that. This is a family show. It's a family show, Willie.
Yeah. I'm just telling it like it is, man. They got indentations on their faces, man. From the time that they're babies to the time they get grown up, they got to wear these face masks, man, because they don't get exposed to that methamphetamine, them drugs, man.
Okay. I mean, hey, if you really want to bury Aunt Mama Lou's family, go ahead. But I'm advising you not to, as you're not your lawyer.
Yeah, but no, I'm just telling it like it is, man. I thought about writing me a song. Something goes like, there's Ray and Tay and Uncle Daddy Bobby. They making crack at night and getting high by day. Doggone. Hey, I'll tell y'all something else, man. Y'all probably didn't know. I mean, y'all probably knew, but y'all forgot or didn't realize it wasn't in the news. But hey, Nikki Haley, man. Hey, Nikki Haley, she wants to be president of the United States, man. Her whole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, hold on a second. Oh man, had some good rocket juice. No, hey, Nikki, her hometown is in Berg, South Carolina, man. And it got hit by a tornado a couple of days ago, man. I had a tornado come down. And it destroyed a whole bunch of buildings that was already destroyed, man. Hey, but Nikki Haley, hey, she didn't write no letters or come on the news or nothing and
Wow.
say how sorry she was that her hometown got
Well, that
hit.
seems like a easy home run. All you got to do is your hometown got hit by it. Do you go back there and you get some photos with affected families and you talk to them and that just seems like a whole almost a politician's dream come true. I hate to say it; it's so evil, but these people are kind of dark side of the forest, maybe a little.
Yeah, you would think so, man. Hey, it's free publicity is what that is, man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
sympathy,
no doubt about it, man.
victims.
Hey, look at here's what I want to know. Hey, y'all cover the news and everything, man. I've been studying up on the news, and they got this. They got this little guy, man. His name is Nadler, man, Jerry Nadler, man. Hey, he wears his breeches up around past his belly button. Hey, but he said that we need. No, hey, he said we need
above his titties, dude. He wears them way up to his breastages.
Yeah. I look like a Oompa, man.
Remember when he pooped himself? Remember when he pooped himself last year on stage?
Yeah, by Dan done that too, man. Except for that wasn't come out of by Dan. That was oil, man. Because he's a drone. He's a droid, man.
That's right. Allegedly. All this is alleged.
Yeah, hey, every time you see Biden, it's either a droid or a clone or some dude wearing a mask, man. Hey, and it's clear he's wearing. Hey, I'm telling y'all what, man. You know what? Hey, I'm gonna throw this out there, man. Here's what I believe. I believe that Biden, he done went to the great beyond years and years ago, man. Hey, that's what I think. Hey, but no, you get me sidetracked, man. Hey, now like Jerry Nadler, he said, well, we need a bunch of illegal immigrants in the country so they can pick vegetables, man. Hey, and then down there in Texas, I was looking at it, man. Down there in Texas, they didn't run off the federal government, the border patrol and all that.
Yeah,
they got the National Guard down there, man, taking control of everything. And they
Eagle Pass.
Yeah, man.
Eagle Pass. There's a park there where they kicked out the Border Patrol and the National Guard took over.
That's right. Hey, see, hey, you know exactly what's going on, man.
And a couple people drowned in that river, and they tried to blame Texas, but it's like, hey, man, Joe Biden said in the primary debates that he hopes the border would be flooded with immigrants the day he took over office.
Yeah, he said it, man. Hey, he sure enough did, man. Hey, and here's something else that's going on in the world, man. The United States, along with England, hey, they decided they was going to bomb this country over yonder in the Middle East called Yemen, man. Hey, and a lot of people mad about it. Yeah, no, hey, they said he had to have congressional authority to do all that, man. Hey, but what happened? Now, what about all these other countries that the United States has bombed, like over in Syria and stuff, man? Hey, here's what I want to know. Hey, we didn't have no authority to bomb Syria, man. And I don't even know if we had authority to bomb all these people that were bombing in the world. But everybody's mad at Biden right now, man.
Willie, I thought I heard a pretty girl try to step in there a minute ago. Who was that?
It with me. I was just trying to let Willie know that I've been trying to contact you, Willie. I found a note down here from Michael the Midget, and he said,
Oh yeah.
"What?" He said in his note that
Michael,
he was
go ahead.
going
We
to have
haven't
to
heard from
go.
him in a while.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, keep reading. Ignore me.
All right then. He said he gonna have to leave because there was a story that came out about that Stephen Hawking at that Epstein Island and naked midgets and doing equations on a two-tall chalkboard. And he said that he know firsthand about that, and he was fearful for his life, so he was gonna go in hiding. Willie, I think you should know that. I think you should go look for him and find out what's going on.
Yep. Hi, Michael.
Okay, hello.
Hey,
Hello,
so,
this is Saul.
Yeah.
I'm jumping in here real quick because I just want to say that I had nothing to do with Michael being on any island at any point for sexual favors. I just want to put it out there. I just want to say right now I had nothing to do with it.
Hey, and for all y'all out there, man,
Wow.
that don't know Saul Good, man, Saul Good is he's a movie producer. He's a record producer.
For y'all you don't know about Willie, Willie is no good. He's not a good person. Willie is a bad person.
So good.
Yeah, hey, he's in charge of all my contracts and stuff, and he's a lowlife. Don't nobody hire Saul Good for nothing, man. Saul Good is.
And if you're thinking about buying any of Willie's Worms hot dogs, don't do it. They're horrible. They're made for crying out loud. Really, you want to eat a worm hot dog or cricket flour? Really?
Yeah, I got to agree with Saul there.
Yeah, a nutritionist, man.
And so you only put your own bottom line, honey, because you invest.
Willie, your full and complete reply to that is nutritionist? That's it? All you just say is nutritionist?
Now, Willie, hold on here.
That's quite a defense
Why does it
for
say on the
selling cricket flour
package?
to people.
Why does it say on the package that it's kosher? How can it be kosher?
Y'all need to let Saul Good talk, man.
Well, I just want to say that you're crooked, Willie. You're a very evil, bad person, and I'm just basically I know that you like to talk, but I can talk you down too. And that's all I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah, but hey, Saul Good. Here's what I want to know. I want to know where my money is, man. You holding on to like gazillions of dollars of my money. And I ain't seen none of it. I'm down here.
Michael the Midget has all of your bitcoins in the mine out in Colorado. Okay, he's got them all out there. You know your mine out in Colorado. The bitcoins are there. Okay, so talk to Michael the Midget, and he will help you.
Yeah. My song contracts, man. I got song contracts and the movie contracts, and I got commercial.
Oh, and those are doing fantastic. They're doing very well. Yes, you really you reached the cap on all your payouts for all of those. That's a great thing.
Yeah, and that representative for the King of Nigeria, man, he sent me $25,000. I loaned him $20,000, and he said he sent me $25,000 back, and it went into your account, man. You supposed to get it. You supposed to got it for me, man.
Oh, I don't know anything about that, Willie. I think that was a scam. I told you all along that the representative to the King of Nigeria was just all a big scam.
No,
right?
I don't be talking bad about the representative for the King of Nigeria, man. Hey, that fella, he's upstanding. And in the meantime, I done got me a side gig going on, man. Bambi and Candy, they over there in the warehouse here in the Cricket Emporium, and I sell cricket flour too, man. And they growing stuff, man, and they putting it in packages.
Oh yeah, Willie, they run the best club I've ever been to. Their nightclub is one of the best ones I've ever been to. I'm surprised I didn't see you there.
Yeah, they won't let me in. They said it's too high class. I can't get into my own. Wow. I can't get into my own property, man.
That makes sense. That's why it's so good. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but not. Hey, man, I got these little packages, and what they do is they take these packages and they give them to me. It's got candy inside of them. What they said, yeah. Hey, and we donate this candy to the prisoners inside, man. Hey, and I take these little packages and I put them on the
Prisoners inside?
yeah,
Prisoners inside?
yeah, not the jailhouse down there, man. Hey, and we donate candy.
Willie,
to 'em.
you got 10 seconds before we got to go to a break. Hurry up.
No, man. Hey, we take these packages and we put them on a drone, and we fly the drone inside of the fence, man. And we drop these packages of candy to the.
All right, we got to go to break, folks. We'll be right back after this.
Yeah. Hey, no.
Bye, y'all.
We're on radio break. Flying packages with drones over the gate.
Gotta have ideas, man.
Well, at least that's
you got
better
ideas. I'll
than
give you that.
using the metal detector in the graveyard.
Hey, that's a good idea, man. It ain't for digging up graves. It's just like, people dropping their loose change or at the funerals,
Yeah, that's what you tell the judge, right?
That was excellent. You smacking him down a saw. Like, oh my God, really? You really turned the whole Willie against Saul back on Willie. That was funny.
Willie, why is everybody always picking on me?
Love you, Billy.
About that apple jelly, though, you can't buy it in squeezable bottles. My sister brought that to my attention.
You have a good sister. Sisters
I
are
do.
awesome.
Remember we had Bertha May on here?
About Bertha May?
Yeah, you remember we had Bertha May on here?
Mm-hmm.
We won't be hearing from her again. I'll run her off.
Uh-oh.
She's up in North Carolina now. That was a crazy woman. She come by yesterday, got her stuff out the camper and everything. She took everything. Like that damn Cat Williams, everything. She took all my food, all my pots, all my pans, all my fish. She come here with a damn U-Haul truck. She said I'm gonna be down there Saturday to get my stuff, and I'm like, all right, that's fine. She come down with a damn U-Haul truck. I mean, she got pots, pans, everything I own just about over there.
Oh my gosh. So you need donations.
You know what they say, Willie? Never stick your dick in crazy.
Right. Yeah, I was going to help her buy a car, but not after. She even took the internet box. I'm like, what the hell?
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, I'm staying over here right now. I'm not staying in the camper right now. I was staying over in the camper, but I've been staying over here at my sister's house next door. So we got 2 acres, and I got my camper over there on 1 acre, and my sister's got a house over here on the other acre.
Oh my goodness.
So it's just me and my chickens, and my dog, and my sister.
Hey, are you still heading out here next month?
I don't know. I really don't.
See, all y'all are just backing out, all these big fans, and y'all are just going to back out one by one.
Yeah, I'm thinking more and more, probably not.
Kind of pathetic if you think about it.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. It'll depend on if I get another vehicle or if I'm going to keep my vehicle I got.
Well, Willie,
Yeah,
if
the
you at least get
skateboard,
to
you're not going to
Texas-
come out here on a skateboard, so sure.
Willie, if you at least get to Texas, I'll put you up for a little while. But I don't know about
Yeah,
the chickens. I don't know about the chickens and the other animals that you have because, City of Temple has some restrictions about stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I got an old 99 Silverado pickup truck, and I just don't know if it'll make that trip out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of passes on like 10 or 40 per se. 40 does have, some elevation, but 10 is pretty straightforward. But
anyway,
I don't know.
It's a great show. I love Aunt Mama Lou. Shout out to Cecilia. I know she's
She's out there somewhere. I'll have to catch up with her. 30 seconds, folks. 30 seconds.
Cecilia.
And it's because he knew you were going to come out swinging.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm
he
trying to
knew
keep.
you were going to
I'm
call
trying
him
to
a dirty,
keep.
no good scoundrel.
I'm really trying to keep that
So
horn
Saul
dog
did
Willie away from Cecilia. All right. Anyways, here's the countdown: 3, 2, 1, and you're live.
Doing it now. Welcome back to hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Round Table Radio Show, where we just checked in with the madman himself, the Emporium Master, Willie Levy, 1971. Yotivation, what do you think of that guy?
Oh, man, I just learned something new. He sent me looking to find squeezable apple jelly. I can't find it either.
Squeezable
so
apple
stuff.
jelly.
I thought I could
I don't know.
help.
I mean, I get grape jelly, raspberry jelly. I really get apple jelly.
He stated something that I didn't know, so now I do.
Okay. It's applesauce, isn't it? Isn't it just apple jelly's kind of applesauce, really? Isn't
No,
it?
no. You can get it in like a Smucker's jar, and it's like jelly. It's just jelly.
So is this the, like, what do they call it? Institutionalized racism? Is that what that is?
I don't know. Everything's racist.
Racism against the apple jelly? Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Big stuff, man. Big stuff. All right. So Adam Schiff is a really important person, right? We always want to know what he's up to because, you know, he's a serious person.
Oh, yeah.
So let's read from him on X. Quote, "For the first time in generations, our rights and freedoms are receding, not expanding. Voters feel that democracy is at risk, and they're right. That's why I'm releasing my Defending Democracy agenda to protect our democracy and ensure that it all works for us." His proposal includes 1, eliminating gerrymandering congressional districts. All right. You know, that doesn't sound horrible. Making voting easier by designating Election Day a federal holiday, expanding automatic voter registration, and doing universal vote by mail. So you've got universal vote by mail, but you're also going to make Election Day a holiday. Why? If it's like, why do you want everyone to have the day off when they sent their ballots in 2 weeks ago? If you want to make it a federal holiday, that's because you're going to require everyone to come in and vote in person. Right? And then go home, have a barbecue, and watch the results. Right?
For 2 weeks.
That's why you make Election Day a holiday. You don't, you know.
Well, they want to make it a whole week of holiday because it might take a week or two to count all the votes. So it's not a one-day thing. He wants a 2-week vacation for everybody.
Yeah. Again, yeah, that's the other thing is not mentioned here is that the results are in that day, period. Okay. And again, if it's a federal holiday, that just lets everyone sit around the campfire all night and say, why don't we know who won yet? This is bullshit. You know, this is BS.
Like I'm saying, if it might be a good opportunity to give Americans a 2 or 3 or maybe a month vacation, paid vacation by the United States government, I think. Maybe out of Shady Schiff's bank account himself. That'd be nice. He's probably got a lot of money.
What do you guys think of the? What do you guys think of this next one? Restoring voting rights to felons who have served their time.
If they serve their time, I suppose.
Right? That's not a deal breaker for me. You know, I think that's a population that, you know, they assume will always vote, you know, for Democrats.
Well, they think that like Republicans don't believe in second chance. They believe that people should have second chances, but we also believe in common sense.
Yes.
Common sense. If somebody has committed the same crime over and over and over again, a violent crime, you don't just let them out on, you know, $5,000 bail. That's just common sense.
Yeah, but should, you know, if you served your time, I think, you know, you get
Right,
a
of
pass
course.
to enter society again fully.
Yeah.
You know,
Why not?
you served your time. You did, 15, 20 years, whatever. It's a felony. You did your time, and life sucks enough. But if you want to vote for somebody, go for it. That's to me, whatever. So let's go on. Reforming judiciary by instituting term limits for Supreme Court justices, creating an enforceable ethics code, and banning stock trading for judges. Wow. Banning stock trading for judges, but not Congress and Senate.
It sounds like it's a little shady there, doesn't it?
That sounds like why just justices? Of course, all of them should be banned from doing this. If you're going to rule on a court hearing and you can trade the stock related to that, that seems like just a no-brainer. Like that should totally be illegal. But they can vote on a law in Congress.
Rules for thee, but not for me. Because obviously that would be including him. He wouldn't want to include himself in that. They don't have to live by the same standard that they want to enforce on everybody else. Of course, they don't want that.
And again, term limits for Supreme Court justices, but not for Congress and Senate. Yotivation, what say you?
Wrong. Term limits for everybody.
Yay.
Yeah, we could get rid of a lot of our problems if these old geezers weren't in there decade after decade.
Now, I would say on the Supreme Court, I would almost lean on just, it's an appointment for life, right? Because they can be, it gives them the power to be a Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who either resigns when somebody's in power that will appoint someone she knows will serve her side, or she can hold on to power and pass away when Trump is in office, and suddenly he gets, to give it to, who do you give it to, Garrett or Barrett? But
Coney Barrett, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a term limits. I totally want them in the Congress and the Senate, 1,000%.
Sure.
Supreme Court,
sure.
maybe less so, because it's more of a permanent institution. It's more of a, it doesn't change overnight, whereas the House is supposed to change every 2 years.
As long as they can remain impartial. Once they start showing that they're an activist, then I think we should reconsider who's sitting there.
Well, yeah, then you have impeachment going for you there, right? Like if they're activists, then they can be impeached.
And I think we should take it more seriously, because that Ruth Bader Ginsburg was an activist.
Yeah.
But she sat there forever.
Well, it sounds like a good way to stack the court if you can keep, if they're coming in and out so fast, you make sure you get your guys in if you're the team that's winning. I don't know. It just sounds kind of fishy to me.
He goes on to say,
yeah, go ahead.
If we're going to make significant reforms to protect democracy, quote unquote democracy, we're going to have to get rid of the filibuster. Now, we're not a democracy, we're a republic.
Right.
And the filibuster is, it's just such an important element of our government. It's designed to slow things down. It's designed to let one person take the mic.
It's a check and a balance.
We don't want Congress making laws willy-nilly all day long. Boom, 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 pass, pass, pass. We want to filibuster. We want to be able to slow it down and make it as hard as possible for them to make laws.
It's a power grab. Let's just admit it. All these liberals, man, and the rhinos too. It's just all about a power grab. They don't want anybody coming in that's from the people. They don't want anybody that's supporting populism or nationalism. And they want to have total, full spectrum dominance and control over the masses 24/7, where nobody can stop them and nobody can hinder what they're. And that started with Bush and Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney, his goal was to make the executive branch more power. He even admitted that.
Yeah, man, our country's in a bad place, folks. It's just in a bad place. We don't want this kind of stuff happening. And yet, Adam Schiff, of all people, just yuck. This guy lied and lied and lied in front of, all the mainstream media for years about Russian collusion. He had the proof, and, impeachment. He had it. It was done deal. Guaranteed.
Yeah, how about
He
this
lied and
clause
lied
in
and
there?
lied and lied.
Anybody that lies as much as Adam Schiff does should be immediately removed from their position of power and never be allowed to run in for political office again. How about that?
Well,
Now,
that's what
wasn't he removed from the Intelligence Committee?
Yeah, you mean since the Republicans took over the House?
Yeah, wasn't that one of the first things they did is
I
kick him
think
off?
so.
Yeah, he
but
lost
I mean,
some power.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for
As
that.
they
My
should have.
goodness.
But that's
Yeah.
what they run for, is so they could get that immunity. Now, if Adam Schiff is immune from all of that Russia collusion, delusion, hoax, and the lies he said on television, there should be a no-brainer that President Trump has immunity also. This is just ridiculousness. And if President Trump doesn't, then Adam Schiff doesn't either.
Yeah, the two-tier justice system. Look at all the cases that are coming up around the country of, Democrats going into, or the left, I should say, team left, going into capitals, going into, the other night, almost breaking the fences of the White House. Why didn't they surround them, arrest everybody, and prosecute them all like they did the January 6 people?
Well, you're trying to be rationale with people that are basically, they're trying to promote all this stuff, man. They like the division. They're not going to do anything to unite, and yet they sell Biden as a uniter.
Yeah, it's a two-tier system, man. It's, if you're on the left, it's a different set of rules than if you're on the right. That's all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
Completely different set of rules, and it's only going to get worse and worse and worse, man. It's horrible. Just wait until we really get into some sort of crisis in the next few years. It's coming, Dennis Quaid and Tucker Carlson were talking about EMPs, and what would happen if that came down.
Sure.
And I will remind everybody that you die in 3 days if you don't have water. Okay? If this happens and Los Angeles doesn't have water, how many people have 3 days worth of water? They're going to die in 3 days.
That's why we've
I don't
all
know.
got to
Let
be
that sink in.
prepared.
It's all
Let
about
that sink
being
in.
self-empowered. I would say 2024 should be a year where everybody just gets self-empowered, man. Take the power back and grow, have your own garden, get you a Berkey filter, whatever it takes, man. Because we don't know what we're coming into. We could be coming into really, really rough waters. And I think it's best just to be wise, play your cards smart and then have, a good community that you're surrounded around so that everybody's got each other's backs. I've already talked to everybody in my neighborhood that I know is a real patriot and a good person. And I've said, hey, I want to let you guys know I'm one of the good guys. So if things do go to hell in a handbasket, I'm going to be here for you. And I hope that you'll be there for me and we'll be there for each other.
I used to play this video game quite a bit called Rust, R-U-S-T. It's a first-person shooter game where you just basically land naked on a beach with a rock and a torch, and you have to go, build a base and survive, and you can go get bigger and better guns and whatnot. And it's total straight up survival. And it's one of the most toxic games there is. And if you make alliances, the first thing you learn is that you can have somebody stab you in the back faster than you can blink an eye. So yeah, you have those alliances, but then you show up and say, hey man, we're doing all good. Are you doing good? Yep, great. I'm just checking in, making sure you're all good. I brought some water over. You need it? Boom. Oh, you got access to water? Yeah, I told you about that well I got, boom, you're dead. They got your well. It's kind of, that's in that video game, people roll when it's survival. And it's you or me. And I hope life isn't going to be like, man, it probably is going to resemble something like that. And, where does religion fall into all that, right? Mm-hmm. We talk about religion a lot, man.
Well, we talked about this a year ago. And I used the phrase multiple times on this radio show as well as on my social media site. And that was community and unity. And that was going to play a big role in the future. Little did I know just how big of a role it might actually end up playing. But community and unity, man. That's what we're going to need. And the people that don't want to unify, that are nuts and are crazy, you want to distance yourself from those people. You want to get, and that's the thing you're talking about. Church is a great place for community where people take care of each other. And there's other things like clubs and organizations where, people will bond together. Family, of course, family. So that's why it's important to, whatever bridges are between family, you probably want to work that out as well. Forgive and forget and move on and come together if that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
And co-op.
Yeah. Motivation, what say you?
I say definitely be prepared and expecting, and our independence will see us through. Have your water, food, guns, ammo, a way to keep yourself warm. Just think of all these things in advance, and if something does happen, you can take care of yourself, you can take care of your family, and hopefully it won't be anything that's super long, but it could be. So, just think about it. And that's what you just think, what if? And then what you would do, how you would respond, so that you're prepared for come what may. Because we don't know what's coming.
I mean, think about just filling up your bathtub. Like, if you just coincidentally were about to take a bath before the grid went down, and you filled up your bathtub, and the grid goes down, and you say, holy crap, I just realized the grid went down, but my bathtub's full of water. That's like almost a month's supply of water right there. If you really just had to survive off of that water, you could live 2 months probably off of a bathtub. So, I mean, just think how important and how delicate and how fragile the world is. If you're living in, I've always, when I lived in LA for a while, and it always kind of scared me because there's no way out. There's no, in every direction, it's just either desert or Mexico or the ocean or just going north into, more pretty much, Central Valley desert, Central Valley, I wouldn't call it desert, but whatever. You get my point. There's not many ways out of there. What are you going to do? Head to Vegas to take sanctuary? Live in Los Angeles? No. There's no sanctuary in Death Valley or up 395. Where do those people go if the water runs out? It just turns into a scenario where very quickly a lot of people can die. I don't know how we got down such a dark road here, but we're on it. You guys want to keep going down this dark road? Anyone want to add anything to this? Otherwise, maybe we can move on.
I think they get the idea. It could get bad, so just be ready, and our independence will see us through.
You'll die in 3 minutes without air. Something like that. You'll pass out at least. You'll die in 3 days without water and 30 days without food, or 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks without food. Either way, somewhere in that range, you die under those circumstances. But water is the one that really, 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 really matters. So let's talk about Army recruiting. They're having big issues with recruiting in the Army. Wow, wonder why. Have you guys seen that really cute video they put out of the girl with 2 moms who, gosh, she sat and watched her moms get married, and it was just so exciting. And then she joined the Army, and it's like a little cartoon, yeah. Just really cute, and just wow, man, it makes you want to join the Army, doesn't it?
It's amazing how they can turn anything and everything into their woke agenda. It doesn't matter what it is, a superhero film, mathematics, and they're doing it in math class too. That's not a joke. That's for real. They can turn our military commercials into something woke. Everything has to be woke. I mean, these people are nuts, man. Absolutely crazy. Talk about, that's a religious cult. There's no difference what they're doing from a religious cult. That is a religious cult, pushing it on the people, demanding the people to believe a certain way. When we've talked about this before, America was founded pretty much a lot on the Judeo-Christian belief. So you're going to try to force stuff that goes against that on everybody and say, oh, you got to think like we do, believe like we do, or you're racist, bigoted, chauvinistic, xenophobic, transphobic, whatever name they want to call you. It's insane. It's not going to work. Nobody wants a dictatorial society. We used to all be able to get along with everybody. There wasn't a problem until they made it a problem, and now they're making sure that it stays a problem. And then when it's not a problem, they make it a problem by saying it's a problem, which actually pisses people off.
Yeah, and
In our
feminine
admiral, was it Dozal or our total admiral? But go ahead, yo.
Well, I'm just saying that they're feminizing, or they're trying to feminize our military. And
Yes,
meanwhile,
yes.
you can see the Russians and the Chinese, and they're putting out, testosterone-filled videos. And they're making our military weak-minded instead of, strong, and pushing them through barriers, that regular civilians probably could never focus their attention on the way our military does. And they're weakening us intentionally.
No, weakening us terribly weak. And look, this is happening all over the place. Even William Shatner admitted that the wokesters have gone too far. They've taken him completely out of all ads. They'll show Spock in there. They'll show Bones and all the marketing that they have, but they won't show him because he's too masculine. He's too macho. And they hate masculinity. They hate real men.
He's a Chad. He's a genuine Chad, like the original Chad.
What does Chad stand for? Is that an acronym? What is that?
Well, it's a Chad, but you know what a Chad is, right?
It's chiseled,
I don't.
Chiseled face.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
He's just a Chad, like a total man's man, bro guy.
Good-looking guy.
Every woman wants to marry him, and
yeah.
Successful, and his woman makes him a martini when he comes home from work, and all that stuff, right?
So anyway, they're canceling William Shatner. And it's only made him more popular, by the way.
So in 2018, the Army recruited 44,042 people who were categorized as white. Okay, in 2023, that number dropped to 25,070. So 50% decline in the number of basically Caucasian Americans willing to fight for our army, willing to sign up and be part of our army. You think, again, a lot of people say, let's go to West Point, you can get into West Point, let's go. No, their parents who are veterans are telling them, don't go, don't do it.
Yeah.
Motivation, your thoughts?
We're in uncertain times. I was going to say that, yes, the Caucasian guys went down 50%, but the Black and Hispanic maintained. And
They
find
were
it
steady.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they didn't go up or down. They stayed the same, but white people are saying, no, I'm not going to fight for this army for whatever it's worth. I mean, I don't know. Again, we're not some, for Gary out there from the FBI who's listening to everything we do, no, we're not some white supremacist, whatever. We're just pointing out this article from twitchy.com that's just saying, hey, this is happening, Like, why? Why is it happening?
What is it that Fortune 500 companies weren't hiring any white people? It's free. When you don't hire white people, and look, we were talking about all those, transgenders and the Satanists that they have that they hired at the White House, and people that are in a puppy love and all this weird stuff. No one really say anything if they actually do the job. They're not hiring people because they're qualified. They're hiring them because they're some people might be a little weird too. Some people might.
And should we talk about Boeing and their doors falling off their airplanes? Yay.
Well, what did I say multiple times that the Biden administration and the globalists, it's like a carny who works on a ride and he never tightens the screws and everything's just getting loose and rusting and everything is just about to fall apart. But that's their goal. That's their agenda. It's not incompetence. They want everything to collapse. That's what Build Back Better is.
It's like Joe Dirt running that Ferris wheel.
Okay, yeah. There you go.
But, you know, again, you hire the best people you can in aviation, in space exploration, in, you know, life and death industries. I don't care what you look like. I don't care anything. Are you the best of the best?
Exactly.
That's what I want.
Merit. You get the job because you deserve the job. You're the best man or the best woman for the job, and that is why you got the job.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Because you don't want somebody operating on you that's not the best.
I don't want a pilot who, you know, like just got in because they're diverse enough and check boxes. I want a pilot who is a good pilot. Period. I want to live.
Same thing with a vice president or a Supreme Court pick.
Do you know who would have an agenda like this, though? Somebody who did not want to make America great. Because if you want to make America great, you want to have the greatest and the best in the positions of power.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a documented
And on
fact.
that
And
note,
anybody
Barry,
that doesn't think in those terms is probably somewhat mentally ill.
Barry, on that note, I want to, you know, we got a couple minutes left. I want to bring up a point that if the Democrats on the left were trying to take down this country to reduce us as quickly as possible, what would they be doing differently than they were doing right now? If you wanted to take down America, what would you do differently than what Joe Biden has done?
They would have to have a major event greater than and bigger than the first shamdemic. And that is the thing that they may actually pull. They may try to do that before the election. I don't know.
Well, that's
another
not on the
shamdemic, a
WEF.
cyber attack, some sort of an EMP
No,
attack.
we covered the WEF list in the first hour. Remember?
Sure.
So
Yeah.
weather events was the number one. So I don't know. You know.
Well, they need let's just put it this way. They need a huge catastrophe in combination with a rapid fire of many catastrophes and many disasters. Yeah. Many M-A-N-Y-M-M-I-N-I, both, if you were wondering what I meant by that.
Motivation Nation, in the minute and a half we have left, what would they do worse to take down our country than what they're doing? Open the border more? Bring more fentanyl in? I don't.
That's it. I don't know what else they could do.
They could arm the cartels in Mexico like Obama did.
You know what? The next thing I think, and I hate to say it because I don't want to bring it to fruition, but I feel like sleeper cells are going to be the next.
Sure.
Oh,
absolutely. That's part of that rapid fire domino effect that I've talked about. But hey, if you really want to know what it would take to bring it down, go watch Obama's new movie, Leave the World Behind, and that gives you a pretty good idea.
19 people were responsible for 9/11. Okay, I'm sure there were more, but 19 people are what they really pinned it down to. How many sleeper cells of 19 people are there from the Houthis, from Hamas, from all these different terrorist organizations around the world, from China? How many are there that could just take down our water supply, our food supply, our infrastructure, could bomb the World Trade Center again? You name it. Over and over and over and over. 9/11 every single day for the next year. Folks, we're out of time, but don't even think for a second there aren't massive amounts of sleeper cells across this country. We will see you on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern time right here on this channel. We're all out of time. Thanks for listening. This has been the fastest 2 hours of radio on the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition.
All right, and we are clear. Now for the after show. Ha ha.
Yeah, open borders are just a Trojan horse.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow, man. I went off in that last minute there. That was we ran out of time fast and hard, didn't we?
So you guys are used to 3-hour shows.
Here's what people need to know. When all stuff starts to try to happen, just as we've said it would, just as the WEF said it would, you need to understand it's not by accident. It's by design. There's people behind it. Nobody could make those kind of predictions and then them come to pass unless they were behind them.
Right.
So just remember that, folks. When all this stuff starts to unfold, this is not organic. It's not because it's just the time that we're living in. It's because people are steering it that way to make it happen. Period.
Yeah, look at that Event 201. Just